Hi there. So we are now on the objective part of the guidelines of the QA department in approving your notes. So here, the template of cancer is the same with the speech OT and PT. It may be different on the activity title and the specific activity name itself, but the template is the same. So they have it has a title here and the specific name of the activity, and there's assist level, and then there's a radio button or the button on beside the particular activity if needed, and then uh, there is intervention in the device and that is responsible patient. The assist level part in the radio button is auto-populated from the evaluation. Okay, so if ever you submit your note on this particular part, on the activity, you just submit your note and you only have assist level being filled out, assist level, and a distance. We will not gonna return your note. So it means that you need to fill out this at least, assist level and a distance. Now, to be specific, also here on this particular button, if ever you have an answer here, you need to respond here. There's only excuse here if ever you cannot fill this out if you answer here not tested or not applicable. Okay, training intervention is part of the treatment exercise of a patient, so you may fill out here or later, or you can fill out in the bottom later on. So this is counted as one exercise here. So documentation that any activity that you did with a patient, if it's not documented, it's not done. You need to remember that rule. You know, we're licensed therapists, so we all know that we went to school. So I will encourage you, even though there's a minimum requirements of that of Theramax, I will encourage you to fill this out. Now we're gonna go here in the gate training. Here, as I said a while ago, we will not approve your note if this is empty. But there is an excuse here. If ever you put here not tested or not applicable, then we will not return your note if this is empty because you didn't do anything. Okay. The next one is a weight bearing here, so we will return your note if ever it is empty. We will not return your note if it is empty. And here also, we will not return your note if you only have an answer here on the assess level. We will not return your note if it is empty. We will not return your note if it is empty. Now in the balance, do you have a training on this? Please go to the evaluation guidelines because we're very specific with the training there. So here, if ever you leave this empty, we will not return your note. But if ever you check one of this, we will return your note if you didn't choose one of the drop down, and if you choose one of the drop down, you will not choose one of this. We will return your note. Now we will not return your note if you leave this empty. Okay. Then the next one is we will not return your note if this is empty also. And we will not return your note if it is empty. Now for the training exercise, the rule here is for the QA department is if ever you have at least 2 intervention. Remember, we count this as intervention. You have a 2 intervention. It may be here, it may be here, it doesn't matter. There's a word intervention. If ever you have at least 2 intervention in total, they will not return your note. So if ever this is empty, but you have 2 intervention here, then you will not return your note. So the rule of thumb in our side, in our guideline checking, is you have at least 2 exercise. Now we will not return your note because we will tell you. We will not return your note because we will mandate you to put something. No, remember, we're only checking your note. We will just be asking you if why it's empty, and if you have a documentation, it's because the patient cannot do it, then we will approve it. But it need to show on your note that there is a reason, because we are just helping you out in times when the insurance or the home health agency review your note. So the rule 2, we will approve, but if not 2, then we will return to ask question. Now, for example, we have only 1 answer here. Right, remember, only 2, but then you have 1 answer here. But you have a documentation here, like on my side, on this one, patient stated with therapeutic exercise, but in the middle of the treatment, patient have a strong seizure episode which made patient weak and fall asleep afterwards. Waited for several minutes if she will be awake so we can resume treatment, but patient was very weak. So if ever we have only 1 answer here, QA will approve it because you have the documentation here to tell us what happened. So that's all for the objective. Thank you so much.